What kind of human being is this? Eh?
Sorry.
You know the mother being. Oh yeah, do what you're doing. Huh?
Papa, I would like to talk to you.
You would like to talk to me? About what?
Yes, Papa. It's... it's about Odili.
Odili? Has he given you my money?
Oh, Papa, just relax. He hasn't given me the money. It's even because of the money I want to talk to you. Papa, see, the way you're harassing this young man over this rent is not good. It's not good. It's not good because it could be your son. Because of ordinary 2 months rent, that this young man is owing you, you are harassing him like this. You have a son like him. Why can't you just assume that he's your son? I mean, Papa, think about it. Supposing he's your son and someone else is harassing him over ordinary 2 months rent, how will you feel? Nobody knows tomorrow and no condition is permanent. And in this life, whatever we do, we have to think of the future. We have to think of tomorrow. Because anybody can become anything at any time. Papa, think about it though. Think about it.
So, this is the reason you stopped me. This is the reason you stopped me. Do you know you are a fool? A big fool. Now you listen to me. My son Samson can never be in that condition because he is a hustler. All our mambo can work on our mambo. And let me also tell you, if you are all the less lawyer speaking on his behalf, you better go and tell him that I don't want to hear this story again by next week, which is 4 days today. If he doesn't pay me my money, what I will do to him, he will regret ever stepping his feet into this compound. And man, come on, get out of my side. Get inside.
Papa, no. Papa, just relax now. It's not. Nobody knows tomorrow, Papa.
Walk into life.
Judith, yeah, Judith. Where is your sister?
She's in front of the house.
Has she prepared the breakfast?
Mama, I don't know. In fact, it's like she's not happy this morning.
What is wrong with her?
Mama, I don't know.
Hey.
Mama, you have to talk to Papa. You have to talk to Papa. Talk to your husband. Hey, after all, is your husband now. You have to talk to him. This is not nice. What is fair is fair, and this is totally not fair. Hey!
What did he do?
It's about Odili. Odili, our tenant. You were here this morning now. Didn't you see what happened? Is this how to behave? Is this how to treat people? I went to see if I could talk to him, for him to calm down. But instead, he continued from where he stopped. He didn't even listen to me. It's not nice now. How can he be harassing this young man like this over ordinary 2 months of rent? Haba! No condition is permanent though.
But is that why your face is like this? Is that what makes you so upset? By the way, what is your interest in this matter? Why are you so concerned?
Why won't I be upset? Why won't I be concerned? Am I not a human being? Are we not all human beings? Is it not a human being too? I should be concerned for my fellow human being now. What is that? Is it how to treat people? Is it how to treat people? It's not good, Mama. Stop talking like this. You know what I'm saying. What is good is good. What is not good is not good. This is a young man, just like your son. You too, you have a son, Mama. You have a son just like this. Can't you just assume this is your son and treat him right? You think he chooses to be poor? You think if he has a choice, he will come here and he will come here and come to this village and be a poor man? Of course not. He doesn't have a choice. Circumstances of life and situations and family background has brought him here, not for us to treat him as a slave. The least we can do for him is to be nice and kind to him. It won't cost anything. Let's be nice and let's show love. Your son, Samson, he's also in the city. He's a tenant in the city, and I'm sure his landlord does not treat him like this.
Because brother Samson pays his own house rent very well. What is it? What is it?
Wait. Who just spoke? I don't understand. Oh. Hey, I have suffered.
Hey!
Bia mama. Mama! Please. I don't want to be upset. Warn this daughter of yours never to interfere when I'm talking. Don't you dare interrupt me next time, because if you do, you will never believe what I will do to you. Are you mad? What's your mate? Oh no, you have an opinion. You want to have an opinion in my matter. I'm talking, you are talking.
Judith, I thought you've done washing the plate. Oh, you are busy listening to us. Basa Queen.
Parrot.
Odobo wine. Ibu. Hey!
And what did I do now?
What
did I do now? I just told her the truth. What did I do now?
The truth. Oh yeah, come on, continue washing.
Mama, I watch the plate. But you have to tell this good Samaritan of your daughter.
You are still talking. Look at it.
You have to tell this good Samaritan of your daughter to leave Papa.
Are you serious? So you have to end it. Mama, you have to end it. Mama, what? Your father is not around, so you have to be guided. Be mindful of the things you say, because I will slap you and nothing will happen. Look at her. Silly girl. Talkative. You two have an opinion. I'm talking, you are talking. I don't blame you now. Papa has spoiled this girl now. Papa has spoiled her. Let me arrange her. Let me just arrange her now. Let me repair you. Are you mad?
Please leave her.
No respect. Look at her. You two, you want to have an opinion. I'm talking, you are talking. No respect.
Oh, piano no gone. Retaliate. Beat her back.
Mama, I didn't do anything.
See, respect yourself. It's not everything you hear, you talk. What did you call? Oh, yeah, wash this plate. Wash your face. Man, whoop your on shit. Hey, I'm a meet or go now. Judith.
Iyke, how was your trip to Abuja and how is your son doing?
Your Majesty, my trip to Abuja was very, very fine and successful. I came back just yesterday afternoon, and as for my son, he was very fine when I left him at Abuja.
That's good. That's good.
Anyway, Your Majesty, so how was the marriage ceremony of our prince? I was to accompany you for that ceremony, but because of the exigency of things in my family, I had to travel to Abuja. So as I'm back, I felt it wise to come and ask you how far the ceremony went. And how is our future law?
It's your former. The marriage did not work out again.
Why?
My son refused to marry her again. He said that he cannot marry a girl that does not have respect or regard to anyone just because she feels that she's a princess and she comes from a royal family.
Just like that?
Just like that, it's your former. And I saw reasons in what he was saying. He said that the girl is arrogant, that we could not control her. And if you look at it from what he has seen himself, I will not force him to marry a lady that cannot live comfortably with him. Just because she feels that she's a princess and the future queen of this kingdom. As we cannot control her, it can only cause enmity between me and her father's family. That's all.
Your Majesty, I think your decision is wise. You know, in issues of marriages, it's always good for the people concerned to make their choices, you know. But guys of nowadays, I don't know what's wrong with them. Just because they are in classy positions, they just misbehave. Anyway, Your Majesty, so what of my prince? I would like to see him.
Immediately after that incident, he went back to London. He said he wanted to go and rest and forget about all that happened. Though he instructed us to continue to look for a good woman that he will get married to as soon as he comes back.
Well, Your Majesty, if you ask me, that was a very good decision he made, you know. As for getting a good woman, we will have to look around. I'm sure we are going to find a nice one that will fit perfectly into the royal family, you know. But Your Majesty, if I may ask, are you granting me the permission to bring any girl I deem fit for that particular position, you know, to bring her to the palace for you to assess?
Sure. Iyke, very, very sure. As long as she is a nice and good woman.
Your Majesty, you know me. That is my area of specialization. I've done that severally in the past. So I will look around and certainly I will give you adequate feedback. But I would like to take my leave now. And please do give my regards to my lord.
I will.
Thank you, Your Majesty. Thank you. One for the road, Your Majesty.
Go ahead, go ahead. Thank you very much.
Mamuche.
No.
Mamuche.
Huh?
Are you going out?
Yes, so.
Okay.
Huh?
I'm done working at your farm.
You mean you finished clearing that land?
I cleared everywhere.
Hey,
I cleared everywhere.
you're a very strong boy.
Mamuche, the truth is, I need the money urgently. That's why I have to do the work very fast.
The money.
Mamuche, I cleared everything. You go there, everything is completely cleared.
You start. I hold this one. You don't go there. Hi.
Mamuche.
That one.
This is not the agreed amount now. We agreed 5,000. And this is 3,000.
I remembered vividly. See, hold this one. I'll go and supervise the land. I'll go and check if you've worked it, cleared very properly. I'll go and do.
What are you talking about? We had an agreement.
Mamuche,
don't do this now. Don't you know how big that farm is?
Hey,
I told you I needed the money urgently.
Okay, my son, if you don't want this one, give it to me.
Mamuche, tell me, please, tell me when am I coming to get the balance? What nonsense is this? You saw me working in that farm. You know how big that farm is. I've been working since how many days now? And now you don't want to pay me my complete money.
Don't worry, I'll go and supervise it next tomorrow. After supervising,
Mamuche, let's go now. Mamuche, I said I've cleared the farm. Let us go now, you see it.
I'll spend your money this time. Let me go and take it myself. Meanwhile, I have a important thing.
Mamuche!
I'm also talking about work.
Mamuche, bring that 2,000.
Oh, my son. How are you? How is London? We are fine here. Yes, your mother is fine too. Yes. Your sister? No, she has not come back. I spoke with her a few days ago, but she said she will soon be back home. Yes. No, not at all. Yes, I would like her to serve in this state. Not? That cannot be. I will not allow her to serve in the north. Oh, the woman you will marry. I am still searching. The moment I found one, I will let you know. That's my son. It's okay. Thank you very much. Bye. Ah. He is in a high expectation. He's still in expectation.
You're back. Is anything the matter? What do you need? Odile, what's wrong? What's wrong with you? What happened?
I don't know why people are so wicked and heartless. I don't know.
Tell me, what happened?
Some people just find pleasure in making other people feel bad. You remember that woman I told you? The woman I told you wanted me to clear her farm.
Oh yeah, the one that said you were going to clear the farm for this year's cultivation.
Yes.
So what about her?
I cleared the entire farm.
Okay. And?
This woman has refused to pay me my complete money.
Oh no.
After working so hard, after suffering for her, I cleared the entire bush for that little money I charged her, and she couldn't even give me the money. After suffering for this woman, after clearing the entire bush, she asked me to come back a day after tomorrow. How much is the money?
It's okay. It's okay. Please. Odile, calm down. I understand how you feel. I know this really hurts. But just relax, okay? This is not the end of the world. I mean, it's not the worst thing that can happen to you or that has happened to you.
I told your father I'll give him the rent money.
I know.
And I expected this woman to pay me my complete money so I can pay your father.
I know. Just relax.
And now I won't be able to do that because she has disappointed me.
Okay, I am going to think of something. Okay, I will do something about that. I don't need you to worry, okay? I will handle this. But first you need to cheer up. Cheer up. Is this the reason your face is as though the worst has happened? This is not that serious. Relax. I will handle this. Okay? Okay, so what do you have in this bag?
I stopped over at the market to get some things for okra soup.
Okay. So?
I don't like making promises. I don't like making promises and not keeping to my words.
Not again.
Your father is going to think I'm not a serious human being. But your father is going to think I'm not responsible.
Odile, calm down. I know. That's why I'm here. I'll take care of this. Okay? Cheer up. Can we go cook now? Most of this okra, most of them are old, like very strong.
Good afternoon, sir.
Welcome, Papa.
They are orderly.
Sir.
I hope you do not use my money for use the money for my house rent to buy all this ice fish to prepare this nonsense soup. Huh?
No, sir.
Now you listen to me. If by tomorrow you don't pay me my house rent, you will say on that side of me. I don't want any story. Tomorrow I don't want any story. If you don't pay me my house rent by tomorrow, you will say another side of me.
Papa. Is it food that somebody wants to eat that you're calling rubbish? How is this rubbish? Is it not cross?
Who is this one talking? Huh? Who is this one talking? I am talking and they are talking back at me. Okay? Yeah, go to. What are you doing here?
I'm helping him to cook the okra now.
You came to do what?
To cook.
As in what? You came to help her cook soup, okra soup. As a cook. Huh? Onyinye? You say, Pa, you came to help her cook as a cook. Now, get out of this place. I say get out! Are you still here? You can get back. Yeah, this boy.
She's just helping me cook.
She's just helping you cook. As a husband and wife. Helping you cook. As a husband and wife. Yeah. Orderly. Orderly. It's okay. Don't worry. By tomorrow. Just. It's alright. Listen. If by tomorrow you don't pay me my money. If by tomorrow you don't pay me money, you will say on that side of me. We shall see. Yeah, Oliver.
Do you want me to die just like that? I wanna be
Onyinye, I called you in the presence of your mother here to tell us the meaning of that thing I saw you doing out there with Odele.
Papa, I don't understand what you're talking about.
See, don't even pretend as if you don't know what I'm talking about.
What is that thing I was doing with Odili? Honestly, me, I don't understand you. I don't know what you're talking about, Papa. What was it I was doing?
Woman, talk to your daughter before I lose it. Talk to your daughter before I lose it.
Onyinye, Ma, it's about the cooking of soup you and Odele was doing today.
That's all.
That is it.
As simple as that. Just because I was cooking soup with Odili or cooking soup for Odili is not an offense. How is that supposed to be a crime? What is the big deal in me helping a fellow human being to cook soup?
Helping Odili to cook as in what? As your husband or what?
Papa, so it's only my husband I can help to cook in this life. Somebody has to be my husband for me to show love and cook. Something as simple as cooking. Papa Biko, I know you have your differences with Odili. I know of the existing problems. But please do not bring me into your rent fight with Odili. I agree you brought him into this compound as your tenant. But don't mix me up in the fight. Please, I'm not enemies with him because he's owing you. I can always help him however I can, in any little way I can.
Did you hear your daughter? Is it not clear to you now that both of them have something in common?
Hey! Ha, Papa! So you're suggesting now that me and Odili have something in common? Oh, okay. What is that thing that I will possibly have in common with Odili? What is that thing?
You're asking me. You're asking me. Because I know. Now you listen to me. Listen to me. Pray that my suspicion doesn't come true. Else, I will cut off your head. Woman, hey. Talk to your daughter. Talk to your daughter.
Nah, it hasn't gotten to that now. Eh? Hey. Onyinye.
Mama.
Onyinye Chukwu.
Mama. Oh.
What your father is saying is true.
Before Uncle.
I'm not saying that both of you are doing anything. Yes, you have to be very careful of your closeness with Odele.
Oh, Odima.
Remember, Odele is a man. And he has blood running in his vein. I don't want any stories tomorrow. You know your father. What he's saying is not a threat. But be careful.
I've heard you.
Onyinye,
Mama.
how many times have I called you?
10 times.
Be very, very careful.
Oh, all this warning. All this ganging up and meeting. Just because I cooked for a fellow human being. Mama, please, I've not done anything wrong here for all of you to be warning me up and down. Papa is warning you too, you are warning. What is it? I've not done anything wrong. My hands are clean. My conscience is clear.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong in me cooking for Odili.
Yes.
Oh.
Your legs are clean. Your head are clean. So you want us to wait until you have anything to do with him before we warn you?
Mama, but let me ask you a question. What is that thing that I will possibly have to do with him? Because I don't know. No, you should know now. You should know. Because me too, I don't know.
Oh. Adley. He's coming.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Good afternoon, sir.
Did you come with my money?
I answer your greetings first.
The only greetings I want to hear from him now is my money. Good money. Money. Ha.
Oh.
Sir, take.
How much is there?
Sir?
I said, how much is there?
Sir, it's 4,000.
For it?
4,000.
4,000.
For the rent.
But I told you that you must complete the money for 3 months. And this month is almost 20th. 10 days to end. And you're giving me 4,000. My friend complete my money in 3 months.
Nai, collect the one he has given to you now. And give him some time.
You are welcome once more.
Thank you, Ezebowai.
My daughter gave me your message that you were coming to see us. I hope there is no problem. Because I can't remember the last time you visited since my husband died.
Agnes, there is no problem at all. In fact, I came here for very good reason.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's something very good.
Thank God you said it's something very good.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Before I proceed, where is your daughter? Because the reason I'm here has something to do with your daughter.
Yeah.
Yes.
My daughter is inside.
Yeah.
Amara Chukwu! Amara! Mama! Please come.
My daughter.
Welcome.
How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Now that your daughter is here, I'll go straight to the reason I'm here.
Yeah.
Yes. I want to ask you a question, Agnes. How will you feel if you become the in-law to our Igwe?
Ichie biko ibiakwa. Enwere onye bunyere unu n'ọnụ ọbụsị. Hey. I'll be very happy.
I know. Amara.
Okay.
How will you feel if you are referred to as the future law of this kingdom? That is the wife of the prince.
Ichie, trust me, you want to know.
Hey, Ofoma. You see, the Igwe sent me a message You see, the prince of this kingdom, our prince, is in London as we speak. Before he left, he gave an instruction for the Iyke to look for a very nice girl, a homely girl, well brought up, to be groomed until he comes back so that he can marry her as a wife. And you know, I'm very close to the Iyke. He's my personal friend. So the Iyke gave me the job to look for that particular girl. So that is why I am here to see you.
Iyke, all this you just said, how does it concern my family?
Now let me tell you how it concerns your family. Amara here growing up, you know, I've been watching her. I saw the way you brought her up, and particularly after the death of the father 2 years ago, I noticed that you were able to handle her properly, and she's now a grown-up girl, very beautiful and good-mannered. And that is why I've chosen her to be the wife of our prince.
Hey, that's really wonderful. Very, very wonderful. God will bless you for remembering my poor family.
Amen.
Hey, Iyke, thank you. Thank you so much for choosing me as in the beauty of me. Thank you. Hey, Iyke, for doing this for my poor family, whatever you ask for, from me, I will do it. Yes.
Whatever I ask for, anything I ask for, you will do.
Ask for anything, I will do it.
To start, let me have a cup of water.
That one is a very small thing. Get him water to drink. You're welcome once more.
You said whatever I ask for. Anything I ask for, you will give me.
Iyke, that's a small thing.
Really?
I'm telling you.
Oh, former.
I can handle it.
You see, you know nothing goes for nothing. You understand that?
Yes.
And from your response, I can see that you're very smart. Okay. Okay.
Hey, you're welcome.
Thank you.
We are one in this life. We are all human. Stop looking at me. Do you want me to die just like that? I want to be feminine. Why? Look at the way they're looking at me, as if I'm not human being. Why?
Do this. This is done. Why do you look so confused? Now, this assignment they give us without teaching us any single thing from the textbook. They didn't teach you all the things they know in your head. They didn't. Let me see. Here. This one looks very complicated. Why don't you tell Odili to help you do it? Eh? Ha! Odilekwa? What does he even know? Did he finish primary school? Bring down your voice. Did he even finish primary school? Talk more of going to the secondary school gate. Oh, Ngwan, take your book and fix it yourself. Oh, Olodo. You don't know the person that knows, you will not make the person teach you. See, do you remember that my assignment I had 49 over 50? It was Odili that helped me. Are you serious? Don't touch me. How come now? How come now? Because he knows. Even at that, I cannot even stoop too low to ask him to do my assignment. Instead, let me fail. It's okay. Happy failing. Enjoy your failure. What am I even still sitting here doing?
We are one in this life. We are all human. Stop looking at me. Do you want me to die just like that?
What delay? What bothers you?
I have a lot of things on my head right now. I have so much bothering me.
Things like what? Is it my father's rent?
I need some money to take care of some things.
Take care of things like what again?
Listen, your father's rent is not the only problem I have. I have other problems I need to sort out.
Ibu, it's your former. Your Majesty. You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Who is the elegant looking beautiful lady beside you?
Your Majesty, I will go straight to the reason we are here. If you recall, there was a time we discussed about the woman that our prince will marry after the first incident. And you granted me the permission to look for a nice maiden in our kingdom who has all the qualities required for the wife of our prince as a royal. Yeah, and the whole idea is for him to marry her when he returns from London. Can you remember?
Yes, I do remember. Any good news?
Your Majesty, you can trust me. Here is Amara. She's from this kingdom. She's well-mannered, well brought up, from a very good home. I did my homework, I did due diligence, So she has all the qualities that is needed, to be the wife of our prince.
That's right.
That's right. As you can see, she's ravishingly beautiful, don't you think?
That's it. It's your former.
Your Majesty.
Once again, you are welcome.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
You are on the right path. Yes. Young lady, who are your parents?
My king, I am the daughter of Agnes, late Mazin Jemanze's wife.
Njamanze.
Your Majesty, Mazin Jemanze was that palm wine tapper who fell from top of the palm tree about 2 years ago and died.
Oh, yes. Now I remember. Young lady, you heard what the Chiofoma said. Are you prepared to get married to my son, the prince of this kingdom, when he returns from London?
Yes, my king. I'm very, very prepared. As a matter of fact, I love him already.
Calm down. Young lady, say calm down. Don't rush. How can you love someone that you have not come in contact with? Huh?
Your Majesty, you know this.
Anyway, that's just by the way. I will get in touch with my son on phone and I'll tell him about the situation here and also inform my queen, the law of this kingdom. We will now decide on what should be done later. Two each of them are here. He will get in touch with you. Okay?
Thank you. Take your seat, my daughter. Take your seat. Thank you. Your Majesty, thank you so very much. We've heard what you've said, and that is the proper thing to do. So we would like to take our leave now. It's all right. It's all right.
My regards to your precious family.
Thank you, Majesty.
Yes.
And my regards to Lolo.
I will let her know.
Thank you.
Thank you. Your Majesty.
Let's be watching.
What do you Can you tell me a bit about yourself?
What do you want to know?
I want to know now. I just want to know you beyond just being my father's tenant. Just nothing, just...
My name is Odile.
I know your name.
I'm a graduate of business administration. I'm from a very poor background. My father sold all he had just to see me through school, because he wanted the best education for me. But unfortunately, my father is dead now.
I'm so sorry about that. So you're a graduate?
Yes, I am.
Wow. No wonder you were able to help me with my assignment the other day. But I'm just wondering, you could get a job in the city with your certificate as a graduate. I mean, you could get any job. So why choose to come to this village to do menial jobs when you can get a job, a good job in the city?
You're right. I mean, securing a job in the city with my qualification is the right thing to do. But how do I go about it? How do I cater for myself in the city? Where do I get money to rent an apartment? How do I pay for the accommodation? You know how expensive the city is. I can't afford it. That answers your question.
Yeah, I understand. I know how things can get. Wow.
Please, can I get some food? I'm very hungry. I haven't eaten all day.
There's food in the house. But I would like you to go to your room so that I can sneak the food into your room. You see this sister of mine over there? Her mouth can run like a tap. So it's best she doesn't even know.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So you go in and...
Sister, what were you discussing with that fool?
Judith. And
Who are you calling a fool?
You know who I'm talking about. Are you serious? What is your business? Eh? Hey, sister, you be careful, no? Are you mad? Oh, you don't know your mate again, eh? You don't know your mate, Okria? This your mouth will put you in trouble. Don't worry. So this is your lucky day.
Are you sure this thing will work?
What do you mean by am I sure this thing will work? I can't understand you.
Are you sure the prince will marry me if he comes back? Because I don't understand. The way the king sounded, it was not too convincing.
Look, don't worry yourself. Relax. You heard him. In fact, when he talked about your rushing, I defended you. I said, young children of these days, they rush. And now he has promised that he will call the son. You think the king will waste his time and credit to call the son if he's not in approval of what what we plan? So just relax. Relax. You are already the princess. In fact, very soon I expect you to be moving and walking.
Thank you. Let's go.
You mean my daughter, Amarachuku, will become the future Lolo of this kingdom? Or he knew?
Agnes, it is settled. In fact, in a few months from now, the prince will be returning from London and everything will begin to happen.
Future queen of Umamaga kingdom.
Yes, my dear.
There's something I want to say.
Go ahead.
I want to start dressing as a princess already.
Oh.
So that when the prince comes back, he will desire me more. What do you think?
Agnes, you see, this your smartness. You have transmigrated. In fact, you have inculcated it into your daughter. You can see this madness. You are very correct. By the time he comes, he will now see royalty. You know, royalty meets royalty. Yes, that's what we do. Okay.
Iyke, I like what both of you just said. But the problem is, I don't have money to buy such dresses for her. You know our condition since my husband died. Even to eat.
Agnes, look, I don't like it when you embarrass me. You're embarrassing me. Look, I am a farmer. I have money. I will take care of all this. In fact, I will provide a special budget for it.
Hey,
what are you talking about?
Hey, wait.
With all the things, you know, why would it? Oh, God.
Thank you so much. Iyke. Thank you so much. People can go inside.
See, and I will do more.
Yeah.
More.
Mama, take him inside.
Come on. It's not for babies. You are still a baby. Remember, you are still a virgin.
Go inside, go inside. Amarachuku, go inside.
Me, I should go inside.
I want to talk to him.
But you can go inside.
Go inside, let me talk to him. Let me talk to a chair.
Go first.
Go inside, let me talk to a chair.
I know you like inside.
Go inside.
Like I said, Mama, I'll be going back to the city tomorrow. And I don't know if there's any other thing for me to do. Because I don't want you people to lack anything.
My son,
Mama.
You have tried so much.
Thank you, Mama.
Just Judith's school fees. And Onyinye Chukwu here. Lesson fee.
That's not an issue now. I've already settled that.
Yes, paid now.
You people did not tell me.
Yes, paid now. Oh, don't stay.
Here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, my son.
Yes.
Don't be a rude man.
Onyinye and Judith. So I'm free now.
No.
Onyinye, why are you squeezing your face like that now?
The phone you promised me. Phone. What about laptop? You don't want a laptop?
But I only made that promise yesterday now.
Brother, you should have the laptop with it.
No, leave laptop. Don't worry, when next I'm coming, I'll buy you.
Yeah, Samsung.
Mama.
Not Samsung.
No. I'll buy an Apple phone.
No, pineapple phone.
Mango phone.
Pineapple.
No, I'll buy an Apple phone. And don't worry,
yeah, Samsung. Are you not done listening to Judith?
She's my kid sister now. She needs to be pampered.
Much reason you should buy a laptop.
Gucci and Mercy. So both of you came to see me this hot afternoon. Is there any problem?
No problem, our queen. We came to beg you for something very important. I mean, Ugo and I.
What could that be?
Please, our adorable queen, the future queen of this great kingdom. Please, we came to beg you for you to employ us as your maidens. So we'll be following you about anywhere you go.
You girls want to become my maiden in my husband's royal home?
Yes. I'm sorry, our dear queen, the future queen of this great kingdom. Yes. Please forgive me. We'll do whatever you want. We'll make your bed, we'll make your food, we'll even worship you, we'll bow to your foot.
Yes. I'll think about it.
I beg of you, there's nothing to think about. You know us now, we are good girls. Just accept us. I promise, we'll wash your clothes, we'll make your food. Whatever you want, we'll do it for you. We'll even bow to your feet, please. Yes. Just accept us. Be cool. Please.
It's okay. I'll take you girls, but you have to bring 10,000 naira each for me to use and make your royal maiden attire. You girls cannot follow me about looking like this.
That is not a problem. As for me, immediately I get home, I'll bring my own money.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. Wait. Amara.
Mama?
I overheard your discussion with your friends.
Is there any problem?
Are you a fool? How can you accept those girls just like that? So you don't know it's a real business? Huh?
Business? How?
Oh. You don't know how many girls in this community that would like to take that position? Oh, you don't know what it means to be a royal maiden, to a royal princess. That means eating royal food, drinking royal water, sleeping and waking up in a royal house.
So, Mama, what do I do now?
Call them back, because I had all your conversation with them. Call them back. Tell them that 10,000 naira you bill them is just for the clothing, that they have to make registration. Yes! Tell them to go and bring huge amounts of money to register. If they have money, if they are ready, I don't have any problem. But if they don't have money, you discharge them. I know there are other maidens in this community that are willing to pay huge amounts of money to be in that position.
Agnes, are you telling me that there is a girl or a group of girls in this kingdom that have the audacity, the temerity, the impetus to insult Amara, our future queen? Is that what you're telling me?
Iyke, if you are asking me this question, it's making me to go more crazy. If you are speaking all this grammar, you're making me to go more crazy. I just told you what happened, and you are here speaking grammar, impetus. What we need now is solution.
Take it easy now. What will be? The anger is too much. I'm not the one who did it. Don't worry. I will prefer a solution. In fact, I will find a solution to it.
Whatever you want to do, do it very fast. Do it quick.
Okay.
In fact, I have a solution.
You do?
Yes.
Spell it out.
I suggest my daughter move into the palace and stay there. Yes. Let her stay in the palace till the prince comes. Since Iyke has accepted her to be the future queen, the prince's wife, let her go there and stay. I think that will save all this embarrassment.
Hey! Agnes, you see, I've always known that you are very smart. No wonder you captured my heart. Don't worry. I will go and meet Iyke. I will convince him. I will make sure Amara moves into the palace. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll do it.
Iyke, you have to do that though. Yeah. Do that and do it very fast. Okay. If not, you will not have me again.
Agnes, it doesn't come to that. You don't need to threaten me. I've told you I will meet the Iyke. Don't worry, it's like you don't need me again. I'm a formal. I have solution to all problems. What are you talking about? Yes.
If you do that, that means you are going to have me till the rest of your life. You will have me forever.
Look, I have already had you forever. Yes, because I have done it. Take it to the bank. Yeah, come. You know that. It's alright. I know what to do. It's your fault. No matter.
What you are trying to tell me now is that I should allow the said girl to move into the palace and live with us.
Exactly, Your Majesty. I am of the opinion that our prince will be so delighted to come home and meet his future wife, our future Lolo, Moreover, I think it is important that she comes in here, understudy the people around, learn royalty, so that by the time the prince comes back, he will be meeting royalty.
Iyke. Ooh. My precious, beautiful queen. Do you have anything to say or add to what Iyke former said?
Your Majesty, you know you have the final say in this. Though I don't know the girl in question because I have not met her. But if you ask me, I would say I agree with what Iyke former just said now. Oh. So that we'll have time to study the girl, know her very well. And of course, you know the kind of a woman our son needs for a wife.
Yes, sure. It's your former. Thank you very much for this wonderful idea of yours. We have heard what you said. And we have to get in touch with our son for him to know the situation around us now. And after that, we can now know when the girl will move in and live with us. Thank you once again.
You are very correct, Your Majesty. You know, considering what happened in the past, he also will be anxious. And the girl staying in the palace means that by the time he returns, he will be meeting royalty. Don't forget what happened in the other case, that he eventually did not marry her. Yes. Thank you very much, Your Majesty.
It's your fault. I always count on you.
You can trust me.
Onyinye? Onyinye? Come here. For the past few days I came back home. I noticed you've not gone for lesson. And this morning, you've not even made an attempt of leaving this house. Why now?
See, brother, just forget this matter. Nothing.
What do you mean nothing?
Nothing now, brother, nothing.
Why are you telling me nothing? Why have you not gone for lesson?
Brother, which one's now? It's like you have an already built up opinion. Is there an answer you're expecting? I've said nothing. You're still asking.
Brother, you cannot say anything. Even if you ask her from now to next month.
Judith, what do you mean by that?
Shh, brother. Because, brother, she have not...
Leave me because let me talk. Brother, she have not paid for her lesson fees.
What do you mean she have not paid for her lesson fees? I remember the last time I came back home. I gave you your school fees and I gave her a lesson fee. So what happened to the money?
Brother,
What happened to the money now?
She used the money you gave her to bail the layout. The day the person was there, he came here with police to arrest him. So Sister Onyenya, the good Samaritan, used the money you gave her for the lesson fees.
Onyinye?
Sir?
What Judith is saying, is it true? Answer me now,
What did she say?
What she's saying, is it true?
I did not hear anything, I was not here. What did you say?
Judith, is Papa and Mama aware of this?
Papa is not aware, but I told Mama, she didn't say anything.
It's alright, no problem. No trouble, you can go. You can go.
Yes,
you can go.
Iyke, you mean everything is settled now?
Agnes, I don't know why you don't trust me. Don't you know what I'm capable of doing? Look, very soon, your daughter Amara will move into the palace as the prince's wife and our future queen. Look, I told you I was going to sort out everything.
Hey, you said it and you did it.
Of course.
Iyke, that is why I always talk about you. I wish you were my husband.
It's like you people are...
the two of us are doing what? Even at that, we are doing it for your own good. Instead of you to be happy, you are here saying what I don't understand.
I am happy, I am happy. What do you think?
I am extremely happy. I can't wait to break this good news to Ugochi.
Oh, please. Leave that wretched girl.
My queen, please forgive her. I have a special message for you.
Let us go inside.
Special message. You see, I like messages. But I love special messages.
Sorry.
Hey, this boo will not kill me.
I won't kill you, my friend.
Shut up! See my mother blushing. Like a small girl.
I called you here this morning to inform you that I'm giving you 2 weeks to look for a house elsewhere and pack out. I don't know what's your mission in this house. You have caused us a lot of problems.
But Brother Samson,
Hey! Quiet your face. I don't want to listen to you. I do not want to hear anything from you. Now you listen to me. I do not want to go and come back and meet you in this house next time. Else, you will not like what I will do to you.
Brother Samson, how am I causing?
I have told you.
We are one in this life. We are all human. Stop looking at me. Do you want me to die just like that? I wanna be feminine. Why? You need come back again.
Oddly, I overheard all my son was telling you. Don't worry, you are not going anywhere. I will talk to him and my husband. Just make sure you pay your rent when due. Do you hear me?
Yes, ma. I heard all you said. I promise to pay my rent. I promise not to disappoint you.
It's okay. Just make sure you do whatever I ask you to do.
We are one in this life. We are all human. Stop looking down at me. We are one in this life. We are all human. Stop looking down at me. We are one in this life. We are all human. Stop looking down at me.
Yes. Yes, your mother is fine. In fact, all of us are very fine. It's just that your mother, in short, everybody is missing you. Yes. About that girl that Iyke brought to the palace for you to marry. Yes, I want to seek for your permission to bring her into the palace to stay with us. Yes, so that we will study her closely before you returns. Is that okay by you? Very good, very good. I will do just that. In fact, I will send for her. Yes. It's okay, my son. Thank you very much.
This is beautiful kingdom.
My queen, this is no time for this. She just arrived. Okay? We'll talk about it later. Sit down. Sit down.
Thank you, my queen.
Iyke, Your Majesty. Like I told you on the phone, we have discussed with our son in London, and he has given us his permission to allow her come in and stay with us, so that we will know her better.
Your Majesty, That was a very wise decision by our prince. You see, he is going to like her very much. In fact, he will love her. Because she's homegrown, well taken care of, well brought up. And on top of that, most importantly, she's a virgin.
She don't look it.
Lolo, you can take it to the bank. So, thank you very much, Your Majesty.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Guard, go and call one of the maidens for me, so that they can take her to her.
Yes.
Thank you very much, my friend.
Thank you, Your Majesty. She's already part.
Thank you, Mom. Your Majesty. Look at both of you. You're looking good. And Dad is even looking younger.
You can say that again, my princess. Say it again!
What is that? Am I not looking younger too? No, tell me.
I smell jealousy.
I know.
Oh?
Mom, don't tell me you're jealous. Okay, fine. Mom, you look younger than Dad. Are you happy now?
After that,
you can say that again. Now you're talking. So you look younger than Mom.
Mommy.
Now tell me.
Yes, Mom.
Are you trying to tell me that you are now a graduate? That you are done with school? Is that it?
Yes, Mom.
Hey.
Your daughter is now a graduate.
Meaning, you will no longer come to tell me, Mommy, I need money for this book, I need for that, I need... Not at all. That's nice.
Yes, Mom.
You're
Thank
welcome.
You. Thank you. Daddy.
I am happy for you. Sure, I am very, very proud of you.
Thank you, Dad. Thank
proud
you.
of you.
We are proud of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mom. Dad.
Yes.
About my youth service.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. I would love to serve in this state. Because before you know it, they'll just throw me in one of the northern states.
Please, Dad. I would want you to work it out for me. I want to serve in this state. Please.
Is that all you want?
Yes, Mom.
So that you can be very close to your mom, right? It's a small thing.
So that she can be very close to us.
Exactly.
Okay, whatever. Consider it done, darling, okay?
What? Really?
My princess.
Daddy.
Consider it.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, let me go upstairs and freshen up. Okay, Dad.
What is that?
Mom, who was that arrogant girl I saw outside when I came back? I saw her dressed like a princess leaving the palace with some maidens following her. Who is she?
Darling, her name is Amara. She's your brother's wife to be. I mean the prince.
What? My brother's wife to be? Where is my brother? Where is the prince?
The prince traveled to London a few months ago. Yes.
How come nobody told me about it? He didn't even call me on phone.
Darling, let me tell you what happened. You see, his traveling came as an emergency, so we'll have to let him go. Yes. But I will explain a lot to you later, okay?
But Mom, this is not fair. How can my brother travel and he didn't even tell me?
I just said I will explain to you later.
Just be happy because we are happy you are back. We are more happy that you are now a full graduate from the university.
Yes, Dad. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'll be back soon.
Yeah, we're happy you're back.
Me too, Dad.
I now have a graduate.
Yes, we now have a graduate.
No, you had one already. Your son, my daughter is now a graduate.
But that is the only daughter of the house, and the daughters are more closer to their...
Iyke, Agnes.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Please, how did it go?
Oh, that question is embarrassing. I am a former. Can you ask me how did it go? Just look at the time. If by this time your daughter is not back, don't you think that I've finished everything? In fact, as I speak with you, your daughter is now royalty. You need to see the way she was walking there.
Iyke, I trust you. You are a good man.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Iyke,
yes.
how is it going to be?
What can you be asking me that question again? You know now, I'm yours. But wait, let me go home. I will come back at night. Night is always better now, you understand? Overnight.
Iyke,
yes.
Are you coming back at night? What about your wife and children?
Oh, this is the third insult. Another insult. What are you talking about? You don't know me again, Afoma. Look, I have ways of handling every issue. Yes, now I'm taking care of all that. Don't, I'll be back. Yes.
Please, when you're coming, don't allow your wife to know about it. I don't want any trouble.
See, you are trying to make the insults fall now.
No.
Why now? Okay. Just. So, I'll come back.
Hey, what kept you? I've been waiting here for you.
I'm so sorry. I was doing something. But I'm here now. Is everything okay?
Yes, everything is fine.
So why did you bring me here?
Well, I brought you here because I do not want my parents, my brother and my sister to see us together.
Hey!
There's something I would love to discuss with you.
You want to collect your money back?
Oh no.
Because I don't have it.
No, come on, relax. It's not my money. It's not about my money.
Okay. What is it then?
Okay, so yesterday I overheard you talking with my brother. I was a part of the conversation. I heard everything clearly. And that got me a bit confused because I don't know what your plans really are. I mean, what's your intention towards me and my family? I'm just thinking about everything I heard you say to my brother, and I thought I should ask. What's up?
Onine, thank you so much.
For what?
I've been looking for an opportunity like this to tell you how I feel. So I want to thank you again for making it possible for us to come together and speak our minds. Onine,
Yes?
thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for all your support towards me since I came into your father's compound. You've been a source of inspiration to me. I am so proud of your parents. I'm so proud of how they raised you. You're young, but you don't act your age. You're very mature. I like the way you handle situations. I like how organized you are. You're a good woman. You saved me. You remember when my friend came to get me arrested? He promised he was going to call the police to arrest me. See what you did. You came into our midst and you solved the problem. Onine, I'm not going to lie. You're a wife material.
So, what are you trying to say?
Onine,
Yes.
you know I'm not getting younger. I know I had my reservations about getting married, but each time I see you, I feel like getting married. In fact, I want to marry you. I want to make you my wife. I feel like if you come into my life as my wife, you're going to help build me. I'm going to be structured as a man. But the problem is, I don't know how to get married to you without money. You know fully well that I'm from a poor background. I'm afraid because I know I won't be able to take care of you.
Stop.
I wish I had money.
Stop.
I'll take care of you.
Stop.
I'll take you out of this place. You're very educated. I'll pay.
Stop, please stop. What do you mean, please?
Onye,
please, just stop.
Listen, I've always promised myself that if you marry me, I'll love you so much.
Stop.
Onye.
Stop.
Onye. Hey. I said it. I said it. Poverty is such a disease. Poverty is a disease. No woman likes to get married to a poor man. No woman wants to associate with poverty. Orderly. Hey! You have to make money. Orderly J. Choego. Go and look for money.
Goodbye.
Good day, our princess. The future queen of our kingdom.
Did you greet me?
Yes, my princess.
I doubt. Because shut up. Because I did not see your mouth move.
I did, my princess.
Now you all listen and listen carefully. I am the princess and the future queen of this land. I'm in charge of every affair in this palace. So, my instructions stand. You. I do not have any business with you. By the way, where are your colleagues?
They are on duty, my princess.
They are on duty? Were they not aware I called for this?
I'm sorry.
Oh, shut up! Back to what I was saying. I do not have any issue with you. But where I will have problems with you is if I see any of you loitering this compound looking dirty.
But I believe you hate them correctly. Is it true? Am I not talking to someone?
Yes, my queen. But why would they be talking back at me while I was giving them orders?
Which orders are you talking about? No, tell me. Did you employ them? Did you even know how they came into this palace? Now listen. This should be the last time you try this. Else, I will send you and your maids out of this palace.
Ah, easy.
What is going on here? Amara, what is the meaning of this rubbish?
I don't understand. What are you calling rubbish?
Hey you, get up. Leave this place at once. What is your problem?
What is wrong with them filing my nails and giving me ice cream?
Now you listen to me. I don't want this rubbish to repeat itself. Do you hear me?
What is your problem? What exactly is your problem? All these things I'm doing is not to look good for your brother, my husband to be.
Thank God you said husband to be.
My princess, don't mind her. She's just jealous of you.
I know.
You know you're more beautiful than she is.
Of course I am. Feed me.
This is beautiful kingdom. This is beautiful kingdom. With good reputation.
You Maid!
Prestige. Hey, seeking me one anyhow. In this palace, I'm not one anyhow. Cause if you do anyhow, they go show you the door.
I love this. And this? Darling, who got you angry? Talk to me.
Mom, I don't understand what is happening in this palace anymore. Can you imagine? I walked out there and I saw Amara dressed like a princess. What sort of nonsense is that?
And some maidens were painting her nails. The other one was feeding her ice cream. I don't understand. As a queen or what?
Darling, you know what? Allow her to be until your brother comes back. He's already aware that she is here. He will be the one to decide, okay?
But Mom!
It's okay.
Well, she can go ahead and try that nonsense with the ones she brought. After all, they're birds of the same feather. But for the ones you employ, let her not try that nonsense again with them.
I'll talk to her, okay? So come on, come sit. Nice jewelry.
No, I'm not in the mood for this. I have something to do upstairs.
Onyinye, why are you doing this to me? Why haven't I heard anything from you? Why haven't you said anything about my proposal? Why are you keeping quiet? Does it matter where I go?
What do you mean?
Do you care where I go to?
Of course I care. It does matter where you're going.
Onyinye, stop pretending. Stop pretending you care about me, because you don't. You hate me so much because I am poor. But let me tell you something. You don't know tomorrow. Nobody knows tomorrow.
How can you even say that? How can I possibly hate you? I don't hate you.
If you don't hate me, why have you been quiet? Why haven't you answered my question?
So is that enough reason for you to leave?
Onye, I've been in that house depressed. It's better for me to live here than stay in that house and die in silence. Goodbye.
Hey, Odili, please come. Wait, please. Yes. I'll marry you.
You marry me?
Yes.
You say you marry me? What stopped you from saying it?
So,
why are you keeping it to yourself?
You're not leaving? Are you still leaving? Yeah, so you don't have to go. Yes. I mean, yes. Say something. Come on.
So, Nnaji, what you are telling me now is that you have accepted Odile to marry you, and you've told him.
Yes, Mama.
Huh? Why didn't you tell me before telling him, as we discussed?
Mama, I'm so sorry about that. It was unintended. The whole situation brought about it. I just couldn't bear but to tell him my mind. But I'm really very sorry, Mama. I'm sorry for not letting you know first.
It is okay. Well, since you have accepted to marry him, no problem. Oddly is a nice man. But the issue there is that he is very poor. How is he going to take care of you? How?
Mama, I know that he's poor. But we'll manage. God will take care of us. Mama, see, something else bothers me more than the poverty part you're talking about.
And what is that?
It's Papa. Oh. Here. I'm just wondering how Papa would react to all of this.
Your Majesty. Chair. I'm beginning to suspect you. Each time I come to the palace, I always see this drink. Why? Or how?
Iyke.
Your Majesty.
I am one of the distributors of this drink. Yes.
Now I understand. Yes. It's a nice drink though.
It is.
Yeah.
Anyway, Iyke.
Your Majesty.
I called you because of the girl Amara. The one you brought to this palace for my son to marry.
Amara.
I want you to warn her because of her useless behaviors. If not, she will not like what will happen to her if my son returns.
Your Majesty, now I'm totally confused. Please, talk to me. What has she done?
A lot. There is nothing this lady have not done in this palace. Useless behavior. I want you to warn her before had I known becomes her friend.
Your Majesty, to tell you the truth, I am totally perplexed.
Oh.
I mean, Amara is supposed to consider her background. I mean, the circumstances that led to her coming to the palace. And now she's bringing disrepute to her family and even myself who recommended her and brought her here. Your Majesty, please, I must apologize on her behalf. I will talk sense into her. I'm very sure she will change.
You better do. You better do before it's too late for her.
I will. I can assure you I will talk to her. It's okay.
Choco, why are you talking to me in that manner? Why?
Amara, you are screaming at me. I, Iyke Ofoma.
Ofoma Iyke.
Simply because I'm advising you for your own good.
What kind of advice is that? What kind of advice is that? To the best of my knowledge, I have not done anything wrong. Oh, I see. Iyke, so you're not jealous of me? I see.
Jealous.
You are now jealous because I am part of the royal family as the princess and queen of this land to be. Get out!
Amara, are you out of your senses?
I am not, obviously.
You are asking me out of this palace?
I've already asked you.
No, in short, you are walking me out?
I just did it. Iyke, just be going. Be going first.
It's alright. We shall see.
We have already seen. Come soon.
money on top. Any unwanted tenant in my house, Holy Ghost fire. More on I am on as I am on you. Dojo.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Imani Bonyara.
Sir?
You see Bonyara, do you good morning?
But sir, what have I done this early morning?
Don't ask me what you have done, but what have you not done? Bia. Orderly. So this is how you are. Hey! I thought I'm living with a normal human being. But I knew that I'm living with a native daughter who does nothing that going about charming other people's daughter. I don't want to tell that in my family.
Please, Papa, please. Nobody has charmed anybody. Nobody charmed anybody, oh. Please, I know what I am doing.
It is all over you. And you have already told me that he charmed you because you are not the one talking. You are talking for what he planted into you. But don't worry, my daughter. Relax.
Papa, that's a very strong word to use. I am not under any form of spell. I am in love with Odili. Yes, and I am in love. And I have accepted to marry him. This is me, Onyinye, talking. I am talking out of love, not charm.
You are in love?
Yes, Papa.
You love this thing? You are in love? This thing? Now let me ask you. This thing you said you are in love, what does he have?
His name is
Who is he?
Odili.
What is his surname? Eh? Somebody who cannot pay common 2,000 naira his house rent. He is standing before me, proudly telling me, hey Papa, I love him. What is his surname? I am asking you, what is his surname? But why am I even talking? Yeah, orderly. Go in there, pick your bag because I know that is the only thing you have. That's the only thing you came with. Pick your bag because you are leaving my house at this moment.
Papa, that will not even pay you. See this road now, this road you are traveling on, it will not pay you. It will not pay anybody because at the end of the day, you'll be on the receiving end. Papa, you'll be the one to lose, oh. Because if this man leaves this compound, I am going with him.
What did I hear you say?
Papa, you heard me. If he leaves, I'll leave.
If we leave, you are living with him.
Yes, Papa.
Nai, calm down. Nai, Jirikwani Awayo. What did Odili do to you that makes you to ask him to pack out of our house because he is in love with your daughter? Eh? Did you marry Mama? Eh?
Mama when you came to marry her.
Jirikwani Awayo.
There are Samson. Samson. I want you to call home now. If you still want to meet your mother and Onyinye alive, because I am going to kill them now here. Huh? You traveled. When are you coming back? Okay, I should calm down. Okay, it's all right.
Papa, cool you down. You have to calm down, relax. Mama, did Papa not marry you? Did he charm you?
Ask him. I don't know. I don't know whether he charmed me.
But I charmed, no charm.
Eh?
So, you people are not talking back at me. You have got to sit before me and talk back at me. Okay? Don't worry. Are you still here? Are you still here? Where are you going?
Papa, when is expecting you to say my father? Where is our marry now and go?
You see, answer me. Are you going to marry me?
Oh my God.
Nah, what is this? What is this?
Marriage list.
Hey! Nah, this is pure wickedness. This is wickedness. Hey! Where do you want Odile to get this kind of huge amount of money from? When you and I know very well that Odile does not have this kind of money.
The matter is simple. Very, very simple. If Odile cannot perform what is in that list, then let him forget about marriage and leave my daughter alone.
Very simple.
Papa, that one is not even possible. Hey, please, let's not just even bring that one in. It's not possible. Odile is a man after my heart. Money or not, I am going to marry Odile. Papa, please, it's not that simple, oh. It's not that simple.
Now you listen to me, young lady. Any day you disobey me and marry that fool Odile, without performing all these things in that list, you will cease to be my daughter. I even forgot to add one big ram and the fibo.
Papa, it have not got into that. It have not got into that. Mama, Onyinye, let me even ask you a question. Why are you even taking Panadol on another man's headache?
No.
Who told you that Odile is not capable of paying for the items in the list?
Let me help you, Samson. It is my own headache. This is my headache. What are you even talking about? This is my husband to be we are talking about here.
I behave like someone who wants to.
Excuse me. Whatever affects Odile affects me. Oh, what kind of a wife do you think I'm going to be? A wife who would just let her husband waste money on frivolities. It's not possible. Even if Odile has all the monies in this world, I would not let him spend on this rubbish you wrote here. It's not possible. I'm not that kind of a wife. I'm not a wasteful spender. Wait a minute. What am I even saying? Samson, when you married your wife, can you tell us how much you spent marrying her?
It's none of your business.
No, it is my business. Of course it is my business. Papa, I was here when Judith also got married though. I was presently present. I know how much the husband spent. Papa, in fact, you were even very excited that the man exceeded your list. And the list didn't look anything like this. Papa, please. Why do people want to kill somebody's son because he wants to marry your daughter? It's not fair now. No, it's on your Insta. People want to kill my husband. Why, Odile? Why?
Because Odile is a stranger in this community.
Simple.
And the Judith husband is from this community.
Okay. Now I remember. Of course he's a stranger. Samson, let me ask you this question. Please, where is your wife from? The last time I checked, she's not from this community. Is she from this community?
It does not concern me.
Oh no, it does concern me, Samson. It does concern me. Haba, what is all of this? Why? You want to kill somebody's son? Just because he wants to marry me? This is totally unfair now. It's not nice. Please, please, with due respect, Papa. I do not want to disobey you. I do not want to disrespect you, Samson. Mama, talk to Papa. Warn your son. Hell, otherwise, you people will watch Nollywood movie here. Oh.
Now you listen to me, young lady. Is either Odile performs all the things in that list or no marriage?
Really?
Or no marriage?
Really?
Get that into your
Papa,
head.
is it your marriage? Are you the one they are marrying?
Are you not my daughter?
Okay, no, Papa, please, don't you need a private jet? No. Don't you need an aeroplane?
Enough of
Don't you need a house?
Enough
what? Let's put it on the list now. Our lifetime problem. Let's do content it in the tape, right?
Take this
Nonsense. Rent a house. Don't you need a car?
Sit down, my daughter.
You don't need a car?
Sit
down. You don't have a car.
Oh, his mate have 2 cars. Add the second car into the list.
Sit down. Okay.
Nonsense. No, we should change our house. This house is too old for us. We need a duplex. Put it in the marriage list.
Nine.
Organic.
Nah, it's unfair. It's unfair. All I know is that wherever my daughter stands, that is where I am going to stand.
Huh?
Of course.
That wherever your daughter stands is where you're going to stand.
Yes.
Don't worry. Very soon, both of you will stand in the land of confusion. Because you are turning with tradition. You are turning with culture. It's okay. Don't worry. We shall see. We shall see. But let me ask you, on which side are you?
It's obvious.
On which side are you?
Papa, is that even a question? It's obvious.
This is tradition, though. This is tradition. Remember?
Tradition. 58 cow is tradition.
And tradition must be observed.
What is it that you want to show me?
Chineke! Is this real? Odili, where did you get such an amount?
My love,
Yes.
I have been having sleepless nights. I've been thinking of doing the things on the marriage list your father gave to me. I'm sorry all that while I couldn't come up with the money needed. I was very upset with myself. But then I remembered my mother had told me about a piece of land given to her by her grandfather before he died. I had to convince my mother to sell off that piece of land for my sake. I needed to raise the money for the marriage rights. It was very difficult to convince my mother, but eventually I did. That is the part payment made by the buyer of the land. He promised to give me the rest of the money next month.
Yeah. Odili, so what you're trying to tell me is that you sold your mother's only piece of land. For what? I mean, to what end?
That was the only option I had.
No! Odili, do you love me?
What kind of stupid question is that?
No, just answer the question. Do you love me?
Of course I love you, and that's why I'm doing all of this.
Okay. If you love me, you love me. Here. Take back this money and get back your land. Take it.
Have you lost your mind?
No. You are taking back this money to get back your land. Odili, if you don't take back this money, then I'm sorry. You're going to lose me.
Well, have you lost your mind? What about your father? What about your brother? What about the marriage list? What happens to it?
Odili, please take this back. Take back this money and reclaim your land. Please. Please.
Answer the question. What about the marriage list?
Odili,
what happens to it?
No, please stop. You're taking this back.
What about your father?
Oh my goodness, I said just take back the...
What about the promises I've made?
Baby,
what is it that you want to discuss?
My love,
Yes.
I'm tired of sitting down in this small house doing nothing. I mean, I've returned the money like you rightfully instructed me to. And right now, I think I want to start looking for a job. Because come to think of it, I'm educated. I've got all it takes to work. But I'm just here doing nothing. I'm tired. Hopefully, if God helps me, I find a job. Things might get better or something.
That's a very good plan. I mean, very good. I think I would also look for something to do myself. Anything I can lay my hands on to be able to support you. Yes. If you're working and I'm working, we can jointly sort out our issues. It doesn't matter how little I can contribute. I should be able to support you.
You see why I say good things about you. You're a good girl. You were raised well. Thank you for coming through for me. I appreciate all your kindness. You're a wife material. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine. You called me worried last night. She didn't come back. And I waited out for you all night. I didn't see you. And I couldn't reach your phone. Where did you go?
I'm sorry. I should have told you I was going out yesterday. So I went to look for a job at Umuamaga community.
Okay.
So I got an information that there's a vacancy at their palace. So I went. I met with the king and his wife. And I told him about both of us. So they want us to come and as maid and palace guard. And our salary is going to be 15,000 naira every month.
Wait, hold on. So what are you trying to say is that I also get a job at the palace?
Yes, I told the queen about you. That you're very hardworking and you're very nice.
You're joking, right?
And they seem like very nice people.
Wait. Hold on. You said our salary is 15,000 naira
every month.
So we both will be earning 30,000 naira every month, like 30k.
30,000 naira every month.
Yeah. Monthly.
Yes. What?
Wait, what about the feeding?
Feeding?
Yeah, I mean, I want to know now.
We're going to be working in a palace.
So what does that mean?
It means that there's so much food to eat, so we don't have to touch our salaries. See, guess what?
So we're going to be saving like 30k every month.
Every month.
Monthly.
Yes. I will be eating so much food. Guess what? He said we should come and start tomorrow.
Wait, what are you trying to say that tomorrow, when we sleep and wake up, we'll be leaving. We're leaving tomorrow.
So, my children, what you both are telling me now is that you've gotten a job at the royal family of Umuamaga Kingdom.
Yes, Mama.
Ha.
Mama, I'm very happy.
I am very happy too. I'm very, very happy. So when are you both leaving?
Tomorrow.
Chere. Tomorrow, Nka?
Yes, Mama.
What if your father should ask me your whereabouts? What will I tell him?
Mama, please. Papa is your husband. You can handle him. Tell him anything. But please, do not mention where we work. Papa must not know that, oh. Please, oh.
Mama, she's right. He shouldn't know where we work.
I've heard what you said. And I will do just that. Let me pray for you people. God Almighty will guide and protect you. you will achieve every of your good heart desire. Long life and prosperity. You people will not fall into any temptation. I cover you people with the blood of Jesus Christ. I cover you people with the blood of Jesus Christ. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen.
Woman, since I came back from my travel, I have not seen Odina and Audrey. Where are they?
They are no longer here.
They are no longer here. Where are they? Where have they gone to?
They have gotten a job to raise money to perform the marriage rites on Onyinye.
Ujua, you mean that boy Odele ran away with our daughter? And you could not even call me or Samson to tell any of us? Eh?
I did not say they ran away. I said they have gotten a job. Eh? They have gotten a job and they are living in their working place.
As a husband and wife? As a husband and wife for what? They have gotten a job and they are living in their working place. Okay. Where is their working place and when are they coming back?
No, I don't know.
You don't know? You don't know?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you. What kind of a woman are you? I'm asking you, what kind of a woman are you? That boy ran away with our daughter, Onyinye. You are telling me that we don't even know where they went to and the way they are coming back. Let me tell you, if anything happens to my daughter Onyinye, if anything happens to my daughter Onyinye, I will skin your life. I'm my brother. You call yourself a mother. Somebody ran away with your daughter and you don't even know where they went to and where they are coming back. Don't worry. We shall see.
I still don't know.
Okay.
Good morning.
Morning, how are you?
I'm very well, my queen.
Where are the other maidens?
My queen, they're still sleeping.
Still sleeping by this time of the day?
My queen, is there anything you would like me to do for you?
It's okay, don't worry.
My queen, I'm actually almost done with this, just in case there's anything. Okay. My love, are you sure this food is going to be enough for you, or you want me to bring some more?
Really?
Yeah.
This food is much. I'm thinking how to finish it.
Why not? You're a man. A man should eat.
Oh, so I look like a donkey that eats too much. Why did you give me this much food?
Babe, but this is not so much. I was thinking of adding some more for you. I'm in charge of the kitchen.
I know, because you're in charge of the kitchen, so you want to kill me with food.
What is going on here? Why are you both hiding here?
We're not
hiding. Yeah, he was eating and then I brought him water. As what? Does he have hands to get water for himself? Akojuria? Eh? You. I've forgotten nature to buy me. Is it your eyes? You want to impregnate her?
We're not doing anything. She just got me water to drink.
We're not doing anything.
Now both of you listen to me.
I will not warn you again. Huh? Can you imagine? And I heard your voice. What is it? Yes. These two are always so close to each other. I've warned them several, but they do not listen. I don't even know they were kissing and romancing each other before I walked in.
No, we're not doing anything. We're just sitting and talking as friends.
I just brought water. And how is it your business if they're close to each other? Huh? Don't tell me you have eyes on this young man. What? You heard me. Orderly, be very careful. Just go back to your position.
Thank you, my princess. Well, we weren't doing anything. We're just here eating and talking.
It's fine, just go.
She's always doing that.
Yes, we're not doing anything.
She's always attacking me for no reason.
It's fine, just go. Let me have this.
You want help?
No, it's okay. Okay. It's okay. Be very careful. Huh? Am I to remind you that you're a woman? You're not supposed to be close to a man who is not your husband. Especially in this kind of environment. I'm sorry, May. I'm sorry. It's okay. Just go back to your position. Thank you, my princess. At every little opportunity, Mama wants to show power. She wants to show that she is in charge. Ah!
I see you don't like it.
I like it.
Your Majesty, you see, I've been meaning to ask, what is your observation about these two people we employed? I mean, Odele and Onyinye, to be specific.
Well, for the maiden Onyinye, I don't know. Oddly, that guard has been doing wonderfully well. In fact, he's the best guard among all the guards.
Same with Onyinye, Your Majesty. That girl is well industrious. That Onyinye wakes up before every other maiden in this palace to do the clearing, wash the dishes, and so on and so forth. She is doing well, honestly.
Which means both of them are doing perfectly well. Then what do you have in mind for them?
You see, if you ask me, I would suggest we make her the chief cook. Since our chief cook has been on leave for some time now, I know she will deliver.
In that case, I will also make Odele my chief guard. And I am going to increase their salaries to 20,000 naira each.
That is nice. They deserve it, Your Majesty. So tell me, what next? What do you want me to do?
You have to arrange for a meeting with them immediately. That's the next thing to do.
I will do just that, Your Majesty.
Okay. My queen.
Onyinye, we called this meeting because of you and Odele.
My queen, please, did we do anything wrong?
Yes, you have done something.
Please, we're sorry. What have we done?
Whatever we've done, we're very, very sorry. I promise you it's unintended. We will never deliberately do anything wrong.
Your Majesty, sometimes we do things
without even knowing.
Sometimes we go astray without knowing.
My queen, please just have mercy on us. Please just forgive us. Your Majesty.
Wait. So, Your Majesty, I know we have wronged you in so many ways. Whatever the problem is.
Shut up now. Allow the queen to talk. No, you're not supposed to sometimes we wrong you.
You are making noise.
You see, ever since you and Odele moved into this palace, we've been watching you very closely and you've been doing wonderfully well.
Well.
And for that reason, my family and I have decided to promote you both.
What?
Onyinye,
Yes, my queen.
henceforth, you are going to be the chief cook of this palace.
Whoa.
So congratulations to you.
What?
Congratulations.
Chief cook.
You heard me.
My queen, I'm sorry, just say it again.
No, in case you don't understand, she said you're going to be in charge of the kitchen.
I heard her, yes.
You're going to be in charge of the food in this house.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you, my queen. Thank you.
From this moment on, you are the chief guard of this royal house. Which means every other guard is under your control.
Your Majesty.
One more. We have agreed to increase your salaries from 15,000 naira to 20,000 naira.
My king, with all due respect, I think this is unfair. There were other maids and guards before they came, so those ones should be promoted first before this one. Hey, will you shut up? Who are you to tell my parents how to run the affairs of this family? Huh?
Your Majesty.
Onyinye, you can go now.
Thank you.
It's all right.
Thank you, Majesty.
Why are you eating with 3 pieces of meat?
Sir, huh?
I said, why are you eating with 3 pieces of meat?
Because I'm supposed to eat with
Say the explanations. Onyinye! Onyinye! Onyinye!
My princess, I'm here.
What is this?
Sorry, I don't understand.
You don't understand. It's food. Of course I know it's food. Why would you serve him with 3 pieces of meat?
It's rice.
Meat made for everyone in this palace. Take 2 to the kitchen.
No.
Now.
There's...
Shut up!
Amara,
I said you should shut up!
There's enough meat in the house.
Audley, don't push me. Shut up!
We killed a big cow 2 days ago.
I said you should shut up! Take the tray to the kitchen!
My princess is already eating the food.
Take it to the kitchen.
I'm sorry.
Move it! This way.
What Amara?
And you?
There's food there's enough meat in the kitchen.
You want to eat rice?
But there's enough.
You want to eat rice? Foolish thing.
Jesus!
My goodness. What is this? Amara, is this what you prepare for us to eat? Tell me, is this how they prepare sauce? Too much pepper.
Pepe, oh, I said it, this girl will kill us in this house.
Darling.
Sorry.
Hi, my God. Look at the sauce. Very watery. Oversalted. Amara, do you want to kill us in this house?
Amara. Honestly speaking, I am disappointed at you.
I'm sorry, my queen.
You are sorry?
You see? If I talk now, you people will say Princess Ada talks too much. Come on, yam and exos. She doesn't know how to prepare. I have to talk queen to be. Doesn't know her job as a woman.
Amara, you're beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Did you say thank you? You're beautiful and you don't know how to cook. And you're telling me thank you.
Go and call Onyinyechi for me.
You heard her. Say you. Is it her or me?
You! Go and call Onyinye.
Excuse me, my queen.
Mercy! Mercy! What are you doing? I said go and call Onyinye for me.
My queen, a second. Mercy will just rush now.
Mercy!
Why is this?
Mercy! You're shouting.
You won't. Take this money. The king and the queen asked me to give you this money. It is your salary for this month and next month. Take it.
What?
They asked you to leave. One more thing. They said you both should not near the gate of this palace, else you will rot in jail.
Why? What did we do? What did they say we did? Why are they sacking us?
Why are you asking me questions? Huh?
Please, can I speak to the king?
Shut up! Speak to who? You both think they've not been seeing you hiding and cuddling up and down in the palace.
Hey! That's not true! Hey!
Please, can I see the king? I need to speak
My friend,
with him.
get out! Leave! See who?
I need to see the king.
What is wrong? You want to end up in prison?
He employed us.
Take this money now. Excuse me. Take it and leave.
If I can't see the king, then I'm sorry, I won't take the money.
Just because of money, why? Yeni kambereki, wanuma.
It's okay.
My love, if we leave this palace right now, it means we're big fools.
How do you mean?
I feel the right thing to do is to consult the Iyke and the Lolo. At least tell them what just happened. I mean, we can't possibly leave like that. Besides, I don't trust that girl. I don't. We don't work for her. She didn't employ us.
Baby, if you ask me, I will say that we leave immediately.
No.
At least in peace. She may be saying the truth.
No, it's not ideal to leave the palace without the Iyke's consent. We must consult the Iyke. Besides, I don't trust that girl. There's something not right. There's something not right. There's something not right. Think about it. She can't just possibly ask us to leave. We don't work for her. She didn't employ us. We're working for the Iyke and the Lolo. She has no right to send us out, just like that.
Well, if you insist, then I think we should see the Iyke.
Right, that's the right thing to do.
Amara. Odile and Onyinye said that you asked them to leave this palace. That their services are no longer needed here. And you even paid them 2 months' salary in advance. Is it true? Amara, I am asking you, is it true?
Yes, my king.
And who are you to do that? No, tell me, who are you to do that? Did you employ them? Are they working for you? You're unbelievable.
But my queen,
Hey! Hold it there! How dare you talk to my mother in that manner? What is wrong with you?
My love. Why are you moody? What's wrong? What did he tell you?
Can you just imagine? Can you imagine that the king and Lolo asked me to marry their son, the prince?
What? Asked you to marry the prince?
Mm-hmm.
Wait. If they asked you to marry the prince, then who's Amara and what's she doing in the palace?
Ooh. Ask me now.
What was your response? What did you tell them?
Of course, I told them that it's not going to be possible. That I'm in love with you.
Hey!
What is it? I told them we're getting married soon. You and I.
You told them that? Hey!
Are you okay?
No.
Why?
But my love, no. My love, you should have found a way around the question. I mean, I expected you to be diplomatic.
Oh, so that they can keep pestering me.
No.
And putting me under pressure. Of course, I needed to get them off my back. At least telling them the truth will keep them away from me.
No, I expected you to stylishly discharge them, diplomatically. Come on.
I don't understand you.
Hi.
Why are you the one afraid now? What are you afraid of? What is it? Or you're not in love with me?
No, I didn't say that, my love. I'm just saying you should have...
What are you saying?
My princess, you sent for me.
Odile, take this money, go get me toothpaste.
Toothpaste?
Yes.
But we have a lot of that in the house.
Go get me toothpaste!
No, my princess, there are toothpastes.
My friend, will you go and get me toothpaste?
Oh, you mean you don't like the brand?
I said go and get me toothpaste, my friend!
Another brand of toothpaste. Oh,
just go, whatever, just go.
Another brand of toothpaste.
Yes.
She doesn't like the one in the
maybe.
house.
You.
Are you done with breakfast?
I was on it before you called.
Then go back to the kitchen. Go get busy.
Okay, my princess. Toothpaste.
Just go. Go back to your position.
You have to carry them because I'll search them one after the other.
Pick up the bag and go and let the owner indicate.
Who has this?
My princess.
What's the meaning of that?
I mean, it's me like
Who has this? This is one of the bundles out of the money I withdrew from the bank yesterday. Hodele, so you are a thief. You stole my money.
No.
Where is the rest of the money?
There's a mistake somewhere. I am not a thief. I can't take anything that doesn't belong to me. Somebody put that money in my bag. Somebody stole that money and is trying to set me up. Who put the money in my bag?
My friend, stop demonstrating.
He's not a thief!
Your Majesty.
You can't steal your money.
Your Majesty, listen. I didn't steal.
You are telling your wife to listen. To listen to you. Listen.
This is a conspiracy. Somebody's trying to set me up. I didn't do this. My queen, I didn't take your money. Somebody stole the money and put it in my bag just to set me up. Say something! Say something!
I thought you were a good person.
I'm a good person. He's a good person.
I am disappointed at you.
Same here. I am disappointed at you.
Listen, Adele. Leading down there will not help you or save you. I will call the police right now and you are going to rot in jail.
My king!
My king, please.
My king, somebody stole this money and put it in my bag! It is obvious this is a conspiracy! My king! You can't do this to me! I didn't steal any money!
Please, I beg of you in God's name, don't do this. Please do not call in the police. I promise you all didn't steal this money. If you call the police in, there's nobody to speak for him. He doesn't have anyone to speak for him. Just have mercy. You can do anything, Your Majesty. Maybe you can sack him. Or better still, you can sack the both of us. Yes, just sack us and please just give us time to run around and bring back this money. My princess, please. My queen, we will bring back this money. I promise you, we're going to pay back this money. I'll make him sign the only land he has. I'll make sure he pays back. Please have mercy. Please. Father, please listen to Onini. Let them go, please. Mother.
Okay. I give both of you only 1 month to return my money back to this palace.
Thank God. Thank you.
If you don't do that, both of you will rot in jail.
Yes, Your Majesty. Yes.
Now, you take up your bags, go in there, pick the rest things you have there, and leave this palace.
Don't kill me.
Hey!
not really about. Hey! No. No. You're welcome. No. Hey. No.
So you people are finally back. Eh? You're finally back.
Nai, is that how to welcome them?
How do you want me to welcome them? Eh? How do you want me to welcome them? So I should jump up and hug them? Makana hamburago. Hamburago.
My children, go inside and drop your bag. Eh? Go inside and drop your bag.
Hey, pardon. As soon as you go inside the room and open it and drop that your bag, you come out here and pay me my house rent for all the months you lock that door. Do you hear me? You just always go.
Hey, Nai!
Okay.
What is your problem? Eh? Can't you allow these children to rest before asking him money for your house rent? Eh? And besides, Adili here is no longer going to pay house rental because he is our son-in-law to be. And then now he is part of this family. Yes.
You see your life? You see your life? He's no longer going to pay the house rent because he's our son-in-law to be. Thank God you say our son-in-law to be, not yet our in-law. Get that into your head. Get that into your head. Our son-in-law to be, not yet our in-law. He's no longer going to pay for the house rent.
Nai, what you are doing to this boy is not good.
What am I doing to him?
What you are doing to this boy is not good. Remember, your own son is there in the city, living in somebody's house. What you are doing to this poor boy is not fair.
I am not doing anything.
It's not fair.
I'm only demanding for my house rent. Why? Because just let me make idea.
Hey!
In the next 20 minutes, book down Nick idea. Hey, I don't see me.
So, Papa, Mama, that is exactly what happened. They sent us away on the condition that we're going to bring back the Queen's money in a month.
Oh, my children, this is what you people passed through. But who could have stolen Lolo's money and put it inside Odile's bag? I know this is a setup.
Mama, we are equally as confused as you. It is obviously a setup. Our suspicion is Amara, the prince's wife-to-be. You know, ever since we moved into that palace, she has not given us a breathing space. She doesn't like us, and nothing we do pleases her. It's been from one shouting to the other, calling us names, and I mean, we know she's the one, but we don't have proof.
Mama, Onyinye is 100% right. She doesn't like us. She doesn't want us around the palace. There was a time she sent us away without the knowledge of the king and the queen. She asked us to leave. Yes. We strongly believe she's the one behind all these things. This is indeed a setup.
Bam!
All the land, Onyinye. All these things both of you are saying here is none of my business. All I'm saying is that you should run around and get money and return to Iyke and his lawyer. Failing to do that, you prepare yourself to go to prison. And you orderly, I am giving you 1 week to perform Onyinye's marriage right. Failing to do that, I will just bundle her and send her to her brother's house in the city. And you never see her again.
But sir, you can't do that to me. You can't do that to me. You're putting pressure on me.
Give more on me.
Where do you want me to raise that type of money from in 1 week?
Is it alright?
Why don't you give me some time to see what I can come up with?
All these things you are saying is none of my business. Give you time. On game on me, I have said my own. 1 week. Orderly, 1 week.
Papa, but this is not fair now. Yeah, we can't be under pressure to get the queen's money back. And then you're putting us under pressure to raise money for traditional marriage rights. And it's not fair.
Did I ask you to steal Queen's money? All I'm saying is my own.
Did we steal the... Hey.
So, you believe these children stole Lolo's money, Abi? What? My son, Odele, you are going nowhere. Don't mind him. You are going nowhere. And he's not going to do anything.
I'm not going to do anything.
Mbao.
Hey! Mama, this house, orderly. These are women's talk. Let's talk man to man. Hey. 1 week. 1 week.
Hey.
You.
You look so good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I have a surprise for you. Amara, come! Your husband is back. I mean the prince. Come.
All things bright and beautiful. Whoa.
You called? Yes, I did. Are you surprised? He is my son, the prince of this kingdom, your husband to be. And she is Amara, your wife to be.
How are you?
I'm good.
I'm happy. This is wonderful.
Sit down. Your husband is back. That's all. I am very happy to have you back after a long while.
It's so good to be home, Dad.
Prince, I know you must be hungry.
I'm stressed.
What would you like to eat? Would you want soup or rice?
Give me your best.
Really?
Yes, give me your best.
I'll take both.
Oh.
Yeah. You know I love you so much.
Oh.
Let me get you ready. Shut to the kitchen.
So please, I'm begging you in the name of God. Allow me to do the little I can. The little I can afford. Please. I know I am not financially buoyant now, but I strongly believe that things will get better in no time. I love your daughter so much, and I can't afford to lose her. I promise to take care of her. But let's start with the little I have now, the little money I can afford. Please, sir, I can't do this without you. Help me, sir. I love your daughter so much, and I promise to take care of her. Please, sir, I beg you in the name of God.
Papa, please. Papa, I beg you in God's name. If there's anything I've done in my past to piss you off, I am sorry. Papa, please. I beg of you, just listen to him. Papa, this is a man after my heart. And the person I would love to spend the rest of my life with. If I do not marry him, Papa, I will die.
Nai, please. Nai, please listen to them. Be gone. Remember the love you have for all your children. You promised to do anything that will make them happy. Onyinye, your lovely daughter here, say that it's only ugly will make her happy for the rest of her life. Why not do it for her? Please, Nai. Do it for her. I believe that when they get married, God Almighty will surely bless them. And we all will rejoice with them. We will enjoy with them. Is it the money? Biko, Biko. Papa. Oh. Biko. Oh. Biko. Biko.
Please, sir.
Biko.
You should get up.
Sit down. Sit down. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Welcome.
I will inform my kinsmen that my son-in-law to be, Adele, will come and perform my daughter's marriage rites. Yeah.
Papa, I love you.
Thanks, I love you, my daughter.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Papa, I love you. I love you, Papa. I love you so much.
I love you so much. It's okay. Stand up. Sit down. Adanna. How will you eat Nnaji?
Adele, just go and inform your people.
Thank you, sir.
My in-law.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Adanna. Eziwa.
You are happy now.
Very
Both of you are happy now.
Very happy. Udachiano. Odogu welcome.
This boy want to play with me. You want to play game with me. Oh, you want to marry Onyinye, my supposed daughter-in-law. I will really deal with you. I will show you who I am. Yes.
Father.
My prince.
Is everything over?
Everything is all right. I'm just thinking about something, though not serious. Yes.
Oh.
Everything is fine.
You got me worried, Your Majesty.
How is Amara?
Amara, she's in the room.
My prince, you see that girl, Amara. I am no longer comfortable with her.
Father, I don't understand, Your Majesty.
No way. Go back to your room.
Your Majesty. Okay. Your Majesty, I came to discuss something else with you.
Don't worry. Go back to your room. We will talk later.
I said you stole his money. Listen now.
Yes.
What are they doing here?
This is going to work at all today. I don't know. Nobody knows.
Odele, you think you can play a fast game on me by getting married to my supposed daughter-in-law, Onyinye? I am here to give you the last chance. If you are going to accept whatever I'm telling you today, you will not go to jail. Hey, cool, pull it. I'm coming. I said, wait, I am coming.
Your Majesty, please don't arrest us. I told you I'll come.
I told you, pay this money. Onyinye, this bag here contains 20 million naira. I want you to use it to better the lives of your parents and leave this boy called Odile and marry the prince, my son.
What? Don't worry, the matter is settled. The matter is settled. Odile, I have told you to leave this foolish boy alone. Leave him alone. He is bad news to this family. Leave him alone. Iyke, don't worry, the matter is settled. I have taken the money.
Papa, no, Papa.
No, keep that
Papa,
money.
Papa, please stop.
Keep that money.
Your Majesty.
Please.
Mature, shut up your mouth.
Iyke, don't worry, the matter is settled.
It's not possible. I'm sorry, Your Majesty. My queen. I'm afraid I can't accept this. I'm sorry.
Iyke, she's lying.
Papa,
She's lying.
please don't do
Are
this.
you alright? Are you alright?
Can you just...
Is something wrong with you?
Can you just stop?
Is something wrong with you?
Stop! I'm sorry, I cannot marry the prince.
You will marry him?
The prince already has a wife, and that is Amara. I can't... I love Odili. And my love for him is not for sale.
Yes.
I am in love with him. This is the man after my heart. I cannot
We love each other.
sell his love for anything in the world. Not even this money. Papa, please drop this money.
Iyke, don't.
I'm sorry.
Odile,
I cannot.
if you this money leave this compound, I will skin you alive.
Papa, please
stop. Odile, leave this compound though. Leave this compound. You are bad news. Leave this compound.
I haven't done anything wrong.
Papa, stop this.
He's going nowhere.
Yeah.
Nah.
Take it out.
Papa,
I want a
stop
bonnet.
this now. Papa, stop this. Why are you
It's
doing
okay.
this? Why?
Hey.
Because of money.
It's alright.
Mazi Bekwe, it's alright. Odile, you heard what I told Onyinye. I want you to take this money and leave Onyinye to get married to my son, the prince.
My king, I don't understand. What's going on here?
Don't worry, we will settle it. I said, take this money into your room and count it and make sure it's 20 million naira.
Your Majesty, if I heard you correctly, you said if I take the money, I will not go to jail.
Finally, you will not go to jail.
But then you have to leave me. Yes. So, of course, we can't take it.
But you want me to go to jail?
And you're willing to sacrifice our love for what?
Well, you heard the king. He said I'll go to jail if I don't take the money.
Odile, you're wasting my time and the time of my kinsmen.
I'm sorry, Your Majesty. I'm just trying to explain to her so she can understand.
Okay, so what are you? Say no! Are you say no?
I said it though.
I'm sorry.
What about me?
My love, I'm sorry. I don't want to go to jail.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Your Majesty, let me count it.
Are you serious?
See your sister?
Let me count. Let me
Man,
count.
if you not
Adili?
one.
Onyinye?
You said if it was not Adili, you would die.
No!
Onyinye, no! The person you want to marry, Abe?
Onyinye, be strong. No! Onyinye.
Golden shoes at your feet and you keep quiet there, my friend. 20 million naira. Do you know what 20 million naira will do for us? What kind of rubbish is that one?
Somebody wait here.
You see your life? You see your life?
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Money. Leave me alone.
Calm down. Calm down, okay?
Look at your mom. Please.
He has done you for money. You see your life? Oh, you're crying. You're crying. Wait.
That's my son.
Igwe. Your Majesty.
The people of home, Iyke Kwenu.
Hey!
Kwenu. Hey! The man standing before you here came into this kingdom in disguise, and he was here in search of a good wife. And Onyinye standing before him happens to be that good wife he later found here. The same man, as I said before now, is a prince, and that same prince is my son.
Please, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for everything I did to you. I never said to do them again. I would not do them again, please. Just give me a second chance. I would even worship you like my king. Please. Before I came to this palace before, Onyinye, just send her away. Send her away and allow me to take back my position as your wife and the future queen of this land. Please, I'm begging you. Just send me away. Please, I'm begging you. I'm sorry.
They say beauty is very attractive, and I quite agree to that. Amara, you're very beautiful. So let's assume I'm attracted to you because you're beautiful. What makes me stay with you? Have you thought about that? Because I'm attracted to you. You're beautiful, so your beauty attracts me to you. So what makes me stay with you? Your character. Because they say a man or a woman is defined by the content of their characters. And sometimes I ask myself, who raised you? Because you have a very bad character. However, because I'm a gentleman and I'm a humble prince, I do not want to throw you out myself. So I'll peacefully, politely ask you to go in there, pack every of your belongings, and disappear.
Amara, you have killed me. In fact, I am dead already. After all my advice, Amara, look at you now. You are back to square one. I warned you, Amara Chukwu. But all you told me was that we are no longer on the same page. We are no longer on the same level. Imagine yourself. See, listen. Forget this noise you're making, no. I am giving you just 1 month. 1 month to get married and leave this compound. This house is my house. Have you heard me? And both of you, you are not good friends at all. You could not control her. You just allowed her to mess up. Eh?
Here, Mama, it's not our fault. It's not our fault. We tried our best by controlling her. You know how stubborn and arrogant she is. She doesn't take correction from anybody.
Who am I saying? I warned you. I warned you. Just because I gave you advice. Just for your own good, though. For your own good. You said, I was jealousing you because you moved into the palace as a royal, whatever. And you walked me out of the palace. Because you say you are the future queen. You walked me out of the palace of my best friend. I warned you. You see? You see yourself? Who's going to marry you again? In fact, those my dry lips, you are going to beg me to kiss them. You see yourself? Idiot. Now you are shedding tears. Crocodile tears. Look, it is too late to cry when the head has been chopped off. You tell me which person in this kingdom will marry you again. Idiot.
See, Amara, first thing tomorrow morning, I am coming here to collect that 15,000 naira I paid you. I am coming here to collect that money.
It's Nagini. Mama, shut up, both of you.
Since the plan didn't work out, we have to take our money back.
Leave my house now. Your sister, give me
My lord, my Ibe. You and your family are highly welcome to my palace.
Thank you, well.
I must congratulate you and your wife for giving Onyinye, the princess and the future queen of this kingdom, a well-deserved training.
Almost, I am the one that trained her. She's a good girl.
I am happy. She is such a wonderful girl. I and my wife, we are so happy to have her here. And today, she is part of our family. Once again, you are welcome.
You're welcome.
Your Majesty, thank you very much. I and my family are so delighted to have you as our in-law in our family. And I promise you, you will never regret stepping your feet into my family. Igwe.
You can say that again.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Well, in the next aftermarket day, my family, my cabinet members, my kinsmen, and the entire kingdom that I rule will be coming to your house to perform the traditional marriage rite of your daughter, Onyinye, my daughter-in-law to be. And I promise you, we are going to do it in a larger way, in a bigger way, that your own community will now know that a king stepped into your family.
Your Majesty, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I will do as I said. I will tell all my kinsmen, even the whole community, that my in-law, His Royal Majesty, is coming to my house. See, let me tell you. You see this your son, Odele? He's a good boy. Very good boy. He's a nice person. Very good boy. Do you know that when he was living in my house, when I see the goodness and the woman, I ask him not to pay his house rent again.
It's true.
You see, as if I know that he's going to marry my daughter. See, Yohani, even this my daughter, when so many suitors we are coming asking for her hand, they marry. I say, my daughter, no, take it easy. I know that good thing will soon come. As if I know. Yohani, she is my daughter. She's still a virgin. I'm not going to work it.
Seriously.
And your son, Odele, is a lucky person to have her. Your Majesty.
Well, merriment continues.
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
And madam, you're not left out. I want to thank you so much for your effort. Your Majesty, she actually played my mom and she did it so well. You deserve an award. After today's gathering, I owe you $10,000.
Wow! Up for me! Oh, thank you. Thank you, my princess.
Yes,
Enjoy yourself.
We are one in this life. We are all human. Stop looking down at somebody in a gun. We are one in this life. We are all human. Stop looking down at me. We are one in this life. We are all human. Stop looking down at me. Do you want me to die just like that? I wanna be feminine. Why? You can't again. Look at the way they're looking at me as if I'm not too much.